Hi, welcome to Q Live. I am Bill Selleck. I'm Director of Technology at Hillbrook School in Los Gatos up in the Bay Area, which is farther away than you. With me is Antown Lincoln. You guys are just a little bit up the road, right? Welcome.
Up the road, but further down the road, closer towards the Tijuana border or Mexican border. And so, Chula Vista Elementary School District is where we reside.
Awesome. Well, good. So we were just talking about a great initiative you guys are doing. Tell us a little bit about that. Shift.
Well, CBSD Shift is an initiative that we started earlier this calendar year, matter of fact. And our goal was to really think about how can we get teachers to participate with a passion and not focus on a paycheck, which is kind of ironic because you definitely want to get paid for your time. But we've got a great initiative moving forward where our teachers are really focused in on some projects that through passion, they feel that they can get a lot of movement out of. And so we're excited.
That's great, and it stands for something, right?
Yep. SHIFT stands for something huge in store for teaching. Something huge in store for teaching. And we think the projects that the students are working on or the teachers are working on is a shift in our district. We're going from a traditional way of looking at technology to a more innovative way of looking at technology. And part of that shift is getting teachers to understand what their role is in that process.
Yeah, that's really exciting. I wonder if you have any examples of that. I know that a lot of people here at this conference are right at that point where they're starting to shift away from more traditional, sit and get, to actually having students, creating more content. So tell us a little bit about what you guys are doing.
Well, it kind of started off where we had a technology committee. And, technology committees come with a focus of what's the technology that we should have in the classroom? Things. And that's a short conversation once you figure out the list of things that you want. The question really became, how can we really transform the technology to a bigger purpose? And so we changed our name from the technology group to the CBSD Shift group. And through that process, we started looking at what could be some projects that we can be working on over the course of the year. And projects that not just one teacher can say, I'm really excited about this, but more teachers can say, wow, I really want to find out more about this. I don't know if you're aware of the first follower dance video.
Yes, yeah. Tell us about that.
Well, the first follower dance video starts off with a guy dancing on a grassy area at a concert, which is fantastic. You've got to check out this video. But more importantly, it wasn't the first person that really caused this big momentum of people joining in. It was the first person that followed that dancer who said, that guy is crazy and I want to join exactly what he's doing. It was that second person from that first person said, this is cool. That person gave the permission for everyone else in the group to say, this is cool. And that big momentum that went right into that space became a movement. And that's what it's all about. And that's what we did with the Shift Committee. We said, who is the person really dancing by themselves? More importantly, who's the teacher that says, I like what she's doing with ed camps, and I want to join that community. I want to be a part of that shift. And that's that momentum that got started. And we went from a group of teachers who felt, well, we're not empowered to do anything, to a group of teachers who said, wow, we can do a lot if we all kind of find our passion and do something with purpose.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I mean, by yourself, you're just the lone crazy person. You get that one person with you, suddenly you start a movement.
That's what it's all about. Really starting a movement in our district to say, can we do something purposeful that's not district mandated? It's just a passionate direction of saying, yeah, this is cool. And I've got another teacher friend who's also excited about this. Let me call her. Let me email her. Let me go on Twitter, see, is there anybody excited about ed camps? Or is there anyone excited about code.org? Because as a district, we didn't say, we must do code.org. But as a community, we said, this is cool. The best thing about that, our shift committee for the coding group is about 3 people. But we managed at that one committee to get over 14,000 students coding. More importantly, we've got 48 campuses. 48 campuses were coding. And it wasn't the superintendent saying, you must do this. It was the superintendent saying, I'm so glad that you've decided to do that, which is a different approach. It's a shift in our district.
Yeah, and that's a completely different conversation than you would otherwise get, right?
Yeah.
I noticed you referred to the team as the Shift team, not the technology team.
It's not.
How purposeful was that, talking about the role of your team and the title of that?
The reason why we shifted that name was, it's not about technology. It's about transforming. And if we have a name that's about technology, the teachers who say, I'm not really into technology, they don't hear their voice. They don't see a purpose in that. But if we say, how can we transform your classroom with what you want to do, and it doesn't have to be technology, then you can find more people who can be part of that movement. And that's why we purposely said, this is not about technology. Now, there may be a group of people who say, yeah, we really want to do technology. That's fine. That's your shift. But more importantly, there may be some people who want to work with EL students innovatively. And we said, that's your shift. And that's why we said it's not about technology. Something huge in store for teaching, not for technology.
Yeah, I love that. That really echoes a lot of what I've seen here at National Q
Right.
over the years. It shifted.
Bingo.
See what I did with that?
I love it.
Away from this kind of hyper focus on the tools.
Right, right.
And I'm hearing so many more sessions around pedagogy
Right,
and just
right.
like what is good teaching.
That's what it is. And what I like about this is not a district initiative. This is a community initiative. It's part of that whole, how do you get a movement started? You find the first follower. And we got so many teachers here from our district who said, yeah, I'm interested. Now the question is how you can go back out to your school site and find your first follower, because that's the shift within your community.
That's really exciting.
Yeah.
So before you go,
Yeah.
you have a book. Tell us a little bit about that.
I published a book about, let's say a while ago, called Confessions of a Technology Leader. And that book came from me speaking over here in one of these rooms. Really? I was sitting there, my first year, and I talked about the role of a technology coordinator. And what do we need to do as coordinators to lead the conversation around technology? And after that presentation, I said, wow, that was a book. And then I said, I'm going to write a book. So Q opened up their presentation the following year. I contacted Marisol. I said, Marisol, can I present? She said, sure. I also have a book. She said, great, we're going to have you do a book signing. I said, that's a great idea. When I hung up the phone with Marisol, I hadn't written that book. It was June. It was January. And I said, well, I guess I have a book. I've got a book signing. Let's write a book. And it took me 6 months, actually 3 months, from the time I finished with Marisol to the Q conference to produce that book, Confessions of a Technology Leader. And I am very proud of that book because it's a book that says, how do you really have those conversations with teachers and tech people about how to lead people through that technology journey? And so, again, I thank Q for allowing me to have that first presentation to allow me to have a book. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, that's such a fantastic journey as we're here in the hallways of where that started.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, so how can people find you? How can they connect with you? How can they learn more about Shift?
Well, we're at Chula Vista Elementary School District. That's in the South Bay of San Diego County. And you can definitely reach me on Twitter. We're at Antown Lincoln or Antwon L at Antwon at CBS. I'm so nervous. At Antwon L at Twitter.
Awesome. Thanks for talking with us.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Great time.